Welcome all. So this is Vivek. I'm the co-founder at CellStrat. Let's get started here. So I'll introduce CellStrat Hub Enterprise to you, which is the topic for this session today. And I hope you can see my PPT. So let me introduce what is the CellStrat Hub Enterprise and what we intend to do with it. So we are an AI firm, and we have R&D in AI. We have training and courseware in AI, and particularly advanced AI courses. And this hub platform is a fully managed comprehensive MLOps or platform as a service, which allows any user to develop, deploy, and run AI solutions on the cloud. And it is supported and created by the help of our CellStrat AI Lab community, which is probably the richest AI research group in India today. And with the hub, we definitely plan to serve global audience, and it will be our core, platform where to serve ML ops and AI solutions for global clients. So initially, it was developed as a consumer platform to help our students quickly onboard on Python, online programming, or notebooks and such. And so it's a comprehensive, fully managed development and deployment platform on AWS cloud. Now somebody might say, well, AWS cloud already has those capabilities. Yes, indeed it has. But it's quite complex to deal with AWS cloud, and you need to put certain cloud developers and AI developers, and we are mitigating that dramatically. So with us, with our platform on top of AWS, we'll simplify your AI development and deployment process, and I'll show you how we do that shortly. So here you can bring your own model or use ready-made AI services which we are providing to you, right? And we are also providing you jumpstart AI projects so that you can quickly launch your AI development for your company or enterprise. Currently we are providing projects in MLDL, NLP, Vision, RL, Graph AGI, and more projects will be added to the portfolio. So it's a jumpstart AI development and accelerate your AI product launches with Hub. That's the sort of mission. Any questions so far? Okay, so let's continue here.
So you are AWS cloud database or is just trying to understand?
Sorry, I didn't understand what you just said.
Yeah, internally, are you using the AWS or uh,
It is sitting on top of AWS, definitely,
what?
yes. Okay, so the whole platform is built on AWS, definitely. Okay, so we are using all kinds of AWS capabilities such as SageMaker, Cognito, DynamoDB. Yes, so our solution is sitting on top of AWS and leveraging all kinds of AWS services. Any other questions?
Okay, thanks.
So okay, uh, so we have proof in the pudding. What I mean by that, we created a large healthcare AI stack using our own methodology on AWS. So using our own tools and methodology, we created a large healthcare AI stack, which is shown here on the left side. And on the right side, we see the Jupyter Notebook, which is available in CellStrat Hub for doing your Python project development. This is what the Hub Enterprise is able to do for a company or a startup. Company developers can develop AI. CellStrat will deploy it for them. So there'll be one-click deployment as a web service, and then CellStrat will manage the AI hosting of the web service and the related services, and then the client can just consume the ready-made AI services, right? So the roles are specified in the last row, that who's doing what. So there are two possible models for the development part of it. Bring your own developers, or CellStrat will provide development resources as well in case some company don't have AI developers, let's say. So this is a full stack AI development and deployment stack, right? Uh, and this will accelerate your AI launches basically. So if you are a new startup and want to develop AI products, or you are a new AI team in a larger company and wants to get started with AI and do jumpstart AI development, this platform will help you a lot. I mean, you can all do it on your own. Hire your lots of developers in cloud and AI, and buy space from AWS, Azure, or GCP. Or you can use Hub and really simplify it while reducing cost dramatically. So, any questions so far? So let's see the architecture of Hub. So this is the detailed architecture of CellStrat Hub Enterprise Platform. And you can see at the core, we are using all kinds of AWS services. And then we have a full life cycle possible: develop, deploy, manage, consume. And the tools available for development are all the popular MLDL tools such as Python, R, SparkR, TensorFlow, PyTorch, MXNet, and such, right? And then you can launch AI services on top of that, which is the green layer, as part of the whole process. And then these you can consume them for your own internal apps or your external apps. So at the in the top red boxes, the client is sitting there, and client can use their or company, and you can use these AI services which have been launched for your own business apps, or you can publish them to your external clients in turn. So this is the overall architecture of CellStrat Hub Enterprise. It's a pretty complex, stack, as you can see. So there are two options a company has. You can set up your own dev teams to manage and develop and manage the whole architecture, or you can rely on CellStrat Hub, which will mitigate a lot of steps here and reduce your total cost of ownership dramatically. Any questions on this? Okay. Kindly mute yourself unless you have a question to ask. Okay. Okay, so what are some of the features of this whole stack? It's completely cloud-based, and we provide you Jupyter Hub or Jupyter Lab for online development in Python, R, or Spark. We have all the AI ML libraries such as TensorFlow, PyTorch, MXNet supported, and we are giving ready-made project packs in all these areas. Uh, we are also giving you a set of AI services for jumpstart development, and your AI solutions will be launched as serverless APIs on the cloud or service endpoints, and then your business apps or your clients can consume those AI services as a web service. So it's a service oriented architecture, a slightly older term in IT industry, or web services architecture. And so it's decoupled, so client servers are decoupled, and servers have set of services which are consumed by clients, and AI endpoints can be called from your apps or published to your end clients. And then we are monitoring AI services, and we can provide all kinds of subscription and billing management on the AI services for your company. So, we have various configurations available. For the free developer tier, we have certain lower level config, but for enterprise grade, we have a higher level, cloud configuration possible. Okay. Some of the pricings are shown here. So there is a quarterly and annual subscription. For global customers, we only have the option for annual subscription. So what are the advantages of CellStrat Hub Enterprise? A total cost of AI development will be reduced dramatically. Development, deployment, and management. You can focus on your core business solutions. Simplified AI dev and deploy, right? And AI and cloud talent crunch is solved because you probably need one developer, and you don't need any cloud developer whatsoever. And you can jumpstart your AI data science development with ready to use packs, and you have expert AI and cloud support from CellStrat team, right? So there are numerous advantages of using CellStrat Hub. Okay, feel free to ask any questions. So we did a price feature comparison with what are the alternatives, because this question always comes up, right? If not Hub, what could a company do? Well, here you go. So you could directly develop AI on AWS, GCP, or Azure cloud, but these are the costs a company is likely to incur for a small, AI kind of deployment model. So annual license. So we are bundling everything in a small annual license fee, right? And that pretty much bundles everything. There's no further cost. You do need one developer. In case of bring your own developer, you have to bring one developer from your company who's able to do AI development on Hub. And apart from that, everything else is included. Now, if you do AI on AWS, GCP, Azure directly, then you don't have any fixed annual fee, but you have cloud license cost, which is variable and predictable. You need a large team, at least two cloud developers and at least four AI developers for a mid-sized AI project, I guess. And we are assuming a salary, average Indian salary of $50,000, assuming your resources sitting in India, even if you are a foreign company, and which is in Indian rupees around 35 lakhs. And uh, cloud is included in both. I guess we are also on AWS, and a lot of these AI ready-made projects and services are not included. Premium support is not included. So these cloud services charge a lot for premium support. So with us, all of these things are included. You can see we are doing 80% cost savings. 80% cost savings. So the value is very much obvious that if you go with CellStrat Hub, we will enable you 80% cost savings on your AI development on the cloud. Any questions on this or any feedback on this particular chart? If you think you have a difference of opinion, you can tell me now. Manohar, Monimoy, what do you think? Subhash, agree with this chart?
Yeah. So basically, if I understand correctly,
Yeah.
are the cloud resources that you need, right? That is not needed if we cloud resources means cloud means developers and things, right? Companies can focus on only AI developers, right? That's what you're telling, right?
Cloud is totally not needed. Zero cloud developers needed. You for
Okay.
AI also we are giving you ready-made AI projects, so you can have very less AI developers, right? So because
Okay.
we are giving you jumpstart projects as project packs, so
Hmm.
these are Vision, NLP, RL, AGI, Graph. We are giving you jumpstart projects, and we are
Hmm.
also giving you AI as a service. So all of these packs will also be rendered as AI services. So you can just call ready-made AI service. You don't, for example, named entity recognition. So there is a service for that. You just call that, right?
Great,
So we
great.
have created generalized AI services. Okay.
So Subhash this side, uh,
Yes, Subhash.
we have included cloud license cost. It is included in our subscription base.
Yes.
So what is exactly means we are giving them resources like storage, uh, PC.
Everything is included. There is no other cost. So this is what we are providing. We are providing for 10 users 1,000 hours in a month. So there is a time limit on cloud usage.
Okay.
Okay, we are providing 1,000 hours for a 10 user license. So 100 hours usage per month per user. And each
It's a,
user has around 50 GB of persistent storage and a 2 vCPU and 8 GB RAM. So we
okay.
are also planning to bring a GPU tier in this. So far, it's not shown here, but we are planning to bring GPU tier. The pricing will be slightly higher.
So it's based on AWS
AWS,
service
AWS.
like that. So it's not
Yes.
cumulative. It's a user specific, right?
Sorry.
It's not a cumulative. Means we are offering into 10. Means 50 100 hours into 10, right?
Yes, yes. So we are giving you 1,000 hours for your
Oh,
10 user company.
right.
Okay.
So it's not a cumulative. It's a user specific, right? No?
We have both the options. So we
Okay,
can
okay.
have
Okay.
aggregate across a company, or we can do user level, control. If you don't want any one user to consume too many hours, we can limit it by the user. Yes.
Okay. Means there is a provisioning of for
Yes.
offering
Yes.
this. Okay, okay, okay. Thank you.
Yes. So with 10 users, this is a price comparison matrix. A small company, I guess, which have a 10 user AI team or 10 licenses, basically 10 licenses. So 10 licenses, yes. Okay. This is what will likely happen. So there's a 80% cost saving if you go with CellStrat Hub. Because why we are able to do this? Because we have already done this work as part of our development and deploy, which we had to do it for our own healthcare AI stack. So we have those ready-made components. We have a automated good part of the process, right? So it's ML ops automation essentially and simplification. So we call it platform as a service, and it is also serving ML ops to a good extent. Any questions on this? Okay, so that is really an intro to Hub Enterprise. Let me, if those of you who have not seen a demo yet, I'm going to show you a demo now. So I've logged in into this, and I have started the instance. So a notebook instance has been assigned to me by CellStrat Hub, and it shows in service. And so this is the consumer tier. It's what we call as a free tier, alpha, beta. So we have a free tier for consumers, uh, and then we have alpha, beta tiers, which are paid tiers for consumers or individuals. And in this, I get 50 hours of usage per month with 32 GB persistent storage on Amazon, ES3. And then I can launch my Jupyter notebook here, right? And you see the usual notebook is basically it assigns a SageMaker notebook instance, as you can see in the URL. And I choose to go to the more sophisticated version of this, which is Jupyter Lab, right? So I can now start doing projects here as I feel fit, right? So it has various kinds of interfaces, terminal, console, and notebook, all three. So I can, for example, create new TensorFlow. So you can see all these kernels here, MXNet, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Conda, Python 2, Python 3. So I can, let's say, instantiate a Python 3 notebook and rename it to my choice of the name. Right, so I can rename it. I can create folders and organize them here. So I can keep creating folders here, right? So I can create folders here. So, and then organize my data around folders, and then I can start writing code. And then ready-made Python projects are already provided here, lots of them. If you create a login, you'll find ready-made Python projects. These also serve for training, right? So training our Python students. And then we are adding bunch of packs. So you can buy our ML pack, DL pack. You can buy our AGI, Graph, NLP, or RL pack, or Vision pack. So we are making project packs which will be provided to consumers. But for enterprise, CellStrat Hub Enterprise, all the packs will be included, right, as part of the enterprise offering. But consumers can also buy project packs if they like. And then you start doing coding, and you can open your notebooks and start doing your coding here. And then you can choose variety of kernels. So TensorFlow, Python 2, Python 3, PyTorch, R, and SparkR is also available. So if I'm doing basic Python 3, I'll just choose Python 3 kernel, right? And then if I want to change the kernel, I can change it here. So it's a very easy to use online programming interface. And then once you create your model file, and then our cloud team will actually go ahead and deploy it. And in next version, we'll be automating this process. So you'll be able to sort of do a one-click deployment as an AI service. Right now, in the current version, once you give us the model 5 file, our AWS team will deploy it as a web service on the Lambda service endpoint. Okay. So this is what the system is, and this is how we developed our healthcare AI stack. And now we have opened this up, this as an enterprise grade version for companies to use for accelerating their AI development and launches. So any comments or feedback, team? You would have seen our healthcare AI stack, right? So you're familiar with that probably. And So this is how we developed our big healthcare AI stack. And these are basically service endpoints on the Lambda service layer in AWS. So now the same capability we are providing to companies to jumpstart and quickly launch their AI products. Any questions? So that is an intro for you on Hub Enterprise. Our enterprise grade platform now is platform as a service or PaaS solution. Okay. So that ends the content I wanted to present. Any questions? All of you are, I guess, part of our community, so open to any feedback or suggestions.
So if companies want to customize his own your things, right, services, because whatever your pack is offering, right? Okay, is a prepackaged one. Okay, but what I want to say is that if let's say they wanted to do more extensions and things, right? Okay, so is it is companies expected to do it, or you guys you can also?
So there are two models, right? The preferred model is bring your own developers. So you have a development platform, assign your developers, they can customize the pack, right? The second option we are giving is we will provide the developers. So bring your own developers or take our developers. Both options are available. But if we provide a developers, it becomes a kind of an IT services engagement, right? So
yeah. No, but question is that the developer who has been working on it, right? He may be needing some of the assistance and things, right? How that will be provided.
So as I said, if you take consulting from CellStrat, it will become a consulting project, right? There will have to be T&M kind of billing on that.
Right.
But if you bring your own developers, then cloud is automated for you, right? Cloud is included, cloud deployment and hosting and the web services endpoints. But you bring your own developers, so then we don't have access to CellStrat, but we'll still provide limited guidance and support. As I said, AI expertise and cloud expertise is available. But if you want CellStrat to provide extended consulting services, that will become a custom consulting engagement. Okay. So it's a fair point. Many companies may not have the AI developers, but you kind of need one. So if you're developing one product, you kind of need one AI product developer, and they can use our ready-made projects as a baseline project. And our projects are certified to run on Hub, so your developer can customize them to your business needs or your data sets. If you did the whole thing on AWS directly, you would have to have a team of AI and cloud developers. So we are mitigating all of that. You can literally just bring one developer who knows AI and can use a ready-made project packs to customize a model for your own business. You literally need to bring just one person as opposed to having a large team of AI and cloud developers. The cost difference is massive, almost 80% cost savings if the enterprise goes with Hub platform. So any other questions, folks?